Saudi Arabia has always been known for its vast deserts, scorching heat, endless sand dunes, and extreme summer temperatures that define life in the kingdom. For decades, the idea of snow falling across Saudi land existed only in rare memories, old photographs, or distant history books. But today, Saudi Arabia stands at the center of a weather event so rare, so unexpected, that it has left scientists, authorities, and ordinary citizens stunned. What unfolded across parts of the kingdom is not just unusual weather. It is a moment that challenges how we understand climate, geography, and the future of this region. It began quietly, almost unnoticed. Weather models hinted at a strong cold air intrusion moving southward, but most residents paid little attention. After all, winters in Saudi Arabia are usually mild, especially compared to the brutal summers. Cooler nights, occasional rain, and cloudy skies are nothing new. But this time, the atmosphere was preparing something far beyond normal seasonal change. A massive surge of cold air descended from higher latitudes, pushing deep into the Arabian Peninsula. This cold air collided with moist systems moving in from the Mediterranean and the Red Sea, creating a perfect storm of instability. Temperatures dropped rapidly. Winds intensified.
Wow.
Social media platforms across Saudi Arabia were flooded with images and videos that looked unreal. Camels standing on snow-covered ground, baby children throwing snowballs in desert towns, families climbing hills just to touch snow for the first time. Vehicles parked against a backdrop of frozen sand dunes. These were not edited images or artificial effects. This was real Saudi Arabia, transformed overnight by nature. Authorities responded quickly. The Saudi National Center of Meteorology issued alerts warning of freezing temperatures, slippery roads, poor visibility, and dangerous driving conditions. Emergency services were placed on high alert, particularly in northern and central regions where road infrastructure is not built for snow or ice. But some schools shifted to remote learning as a precaution. Travel advisories were issued urging residents to avoid unnecessary movement. In affected areas, for many older residents, memories surfaced. Some recalled hearing stories from their parents or grandparents about rare snowfall events decades ago. Others remembered seeing photographs from the late 20th century. But for a large portion of the population, this was a first, an experience never expected in a country defined by heat. Yet beyond the shock and fascination lies a deeper reality. Scientists and climate experts say this event is not random. It is part of a growing pattern of extreme and unstable weather across the globe, including the Middle East. Saudi Arabia, like much of the Arab region, is warming at a rate faster than the global average. Summers are becoming longer and hotter. Heat waves are more intense. Rainfall patterns are changing. And paradoxically, extreme cold events are also becoming more powerful. Rising global temperatures do not simply mean constant warmth. They disrupt atmospheric circulation. Jet streams weaken and shift. Cold air that once stayed confined to polar regions now travels further south. Weather systems stall, intensify, and behave unpredictably. The result is a world where deserts can flood, coastal cities can drown, and arid landscapes can freeze. Saudi Arabia has already witnessed this shift in recent years. Flash floods have struck cities like Jeddah and Riyadh with increasing frequency. Unseasonal rainfall has damaged infrastructure and homes. Heat records have been broken repeatedly. And now, historic snowfall has entered the narrative. This event also raises serious questions about preparedness. Saudi infrastructure has been designed primarily for extreme heat, not freezing temperatures. Roads lack de-icing systems. Buildings are not insulated for snow. Emergency response protocols for winter hazards are limited compared to countries that experience snow annually. While this event caused no widespread casualties, it exposed vulnerabilities that may become increasingly relevant in the future. Economically, the impact was mixed. Some agricultural areas benefited from moisture. Others faced risks from frost damage. Transportation was temporarily disrupted in northern regions. Tourism surged in affected areas as residents traveled to witness the rare phenomenon, creating both opportunity and risk. Authorities had to balance public curiosity with safety concerns. Culturally, the snowfall created a moment of national reflection. It reminded people of nature's power and unpredictability. It sparked conversations about climate change, sustainability, and the future of life in arid regions. Religious scholars and community leaders also spoke about the event as a reminder of balance, humility, and responsibility toward the environment. International attention followed quickly. Global media outlets highlighted the snowfall as one of the most striking examples of climate extremes in the Middle East. Images of snow-covered Saudi deserts circulated worldwide, challenging stereotypes and assumptions about the region's climate. As the system slowly moved eastward and temperatures began to stabilize, the snow melted in lower elevations. But in higher areas, patches of white remained, silent reminders of what had occurred. The desert returned to its familiar colors, but something had changed. The memory of snow on sand would not fade easily. Meteorologists warn that this may not be the last such event. While snowfall in Saudi Arabia will always remain rare, the conditions that made it possible are becoming more frequent. Stronger cold air intrusions. Increased atmospheric moisture. Unstable pressure systems. These ingredients are appearing more often than in previous decades. Saudi Arabia stands at a crossroads. The kingdom is investing heavily in climate resilience, renewable energy, and environmental monitoring. Projects under Vision 2030 include sustainability initiatives, green energy expansion, and advanced meteorological systems. Events like this snowfall highlight the importance of those investments. This was not just a weather anomaly. It was a message, a sign that traditional climate expectations no longer hold. That the line between desert and winter is no longer fixed. That the future may bring more surprises, more extremes, and greater challenges. Today, Saudi Arabia witnessed history. The desert turned white, but the impossible became reality. And as the snow melted, it left behind questions that will shape the years ahead. Nature has spoken. Saudi Arabia listened, and the world watched.